I want to make a quick disclaimer. This is made for YouTubers, but this can also be used for universe mode people that just want to have fun playing all these types of matches and all that. And another disclaimer, everything that I'm about to tell you right now is literally just suggestions. You don't have to do all of these, but these are a lot of things that I would do if I was doing in NXT universe mode. I want to name you some calls that you guys can actually download, and a lot of the participants are actually in here. I'm going to scroll through some of the participants that I have while I make this list. Karrion Kross, Dexter Loomis, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Santos Escobar, Bronson Reed, Drake Maverick, Kushida, Indy Hartwell, Shotzi Blackheart, Raquel Gonzalez. And these are a lot of the people that I decided to use. Keith Lee, I'm including past and present. I'm going to get into why I'm doing that. Akam and Razor is still here. Robert Roode is here, former NXT champion. I decided to include basically an entire roster list of 54. And I also changed the number of matches because it used to be 5. I changed it to 7 since my roster is much bigger. Now, you can go to championships and Money in the Bank, and if you want, you can add or delete. I recommend, I like the way that they are personally. If you want, you can change the way that some of the titles look, because I know some of you guys like the older title designs. I like the new title designs. If you want, you can add some new stuff. That is completely up to you. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep everything the same here. A lot of you guys are going to need to know your basic rules, so I'm going to give it to you, okay? I haven't even done this yet, so first of all, automatic rivalries, that is totally up to you. They are good for cutscenes if you guys like to see those cutscenes. I personally turn them off, but you might want them on because most of you guys are actually doing this for fun, and automatic rivalries are actually good for most of you guys. You scroll down, make sure you turn off show intro. Especially if you're a YouTuber, you are subject to copyright. Turn off your show intro because it's just going to be much easier and much faster if you need to, simulate through stuff. I recommend turning off injuries since maybe you guys want to control who gets injured and who doesn't get injured. Because here's the thing. You guys can play the matches and injure your opponent. So maybe you should actually keep this on then. You can control it yourself and injure your opponent, but the chances of the AI actually injuring your opponent is very, very small. As far as roster ideas go, you could do a NXT Universe mode from back in like 2014-15 when Sami Zayn was NXT champion and he was on top. Or even further past with NXT Season 1 with Wade Barrett and where's the guy? Where's the cool guy? Where is he? Daniel Bryan. Or, like I said, you could just do current NXT, downloading many cause. Like I said, I got Karrion Kross right here. Or you can combine pretty much everything together, which is why I have like 54 people on my roster. As you can see, Cruiserweight Division 205 Live is still on my list. You got the title here. I recommend maybe putting the Cruiserweights over here. I think it's just the better thing to do. Cruiserweight Division on NXT is really good. So I recommend moving 205 Live stuff just in NXT. And a few more suggestions. If you want, do more takeover events. We got NXT UK Takeover Blackpool. That's if you want to do NXT Takeover UK along with this. There's only 3 listed here? That's crazy. You guys, maybe if you guys want to add more, you guys can add more. I know some people like the fact that NXT has very few pay-per-views, but this is very, very little. So you might want to add some. There's a lot of really good stuff on community creations on these NXT TakeOver pay-per-views that maybe you'd want to look into. Now, I also wanted to get into Raw and Smackdown Superstars being on the show. Personally, I think it ruins NXT's vibe if wrestlers such as, let's say, for example, if Goldberg was in NXT, it's not really NXT if Goldberg is in NXT, unless the whole point of your universe mode is just to put these really old wrestlers in NXT and stuff like that. If you do that, and that's the whole point of your universe mode, do you, and I think it's a good thing. But For the most part, if you are going to look to put one of these main roster guys in there, I suggest, you know, maybe like somebody like The Miz or Mike Kanellis, or somebody that's like lower, like underutilized on the card, like someone such as like Zack Ryder, maybe Dolph Ziggler, if you're going to use anybody from the main roster at all. As you can see, I'm going to hit start show and watch what's not going to happen. There is not going to be any show intro. It's just going to be the NXT thing. I'm going to play a quick match for you guys. Obviously, these two in the ring right now would be considered NXT alumni, but they were also really good NXT superstars, so I kept them on here because they were just so good in NXT. It's like, you know, why not? I wanted to talk a little bit more about maybe storylines and, you know, how to book a little bit while this match is going on. You know, basically NXT has that spark about it where they don't really do many screw finishes like DQ finishes or even countout finishers. Usually in NXT, there's always a clear winner. Obviously, this is your universe mode. You do literally whatever you want. I know some people are just going to use NXT as a brand with other shows. And a lot of other people, like maybe some people watching this video right now, maybe wants to do an NXT only universe mode. Especially if you're doing this on YouTube, you know, you don't know. Because some people on YouTube, they just do Raw and Smackdown. I completely understand if somebody was to do Raw, Smackdown, and NXT. So here's what happened here was an interference. That's actually another thing that you can turn off in your settings if you don't want these interferences happening. But I believe these interferences have to do with the current rivalry that one of these guys are in, and I think that rivalry was to distract Ricochet or something like that. So basically, when I talk about storylines and feuds and things like that, you maybe don't want to do the same thing that you've seen before. Like, for example, a great NXT rivalry was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Maybe, like, I understand if you want to bring both of those guys back and you want to do that rivalry again. Yeah, you can bring it back. There's no problem with that. But, maybe this time around, make them friends or make them, I don't know. Just, as long as you're doing something different and, spicing things up a little bit, you're not going to get bored of your own show. Your show shouldn't get boring as long as you're able to, spice things up on your brand. Me personally, if I was doing this right now, the first thing I'd probably do is have every championship vacant, and I'd probably start with a takeover show, just cause, or start with a grand opening type show, and just crown champions. That's legitimately what I would do. So basically, yeah, crown champions on one show. Or you can obviously start where in real life left off or where the game left off. That's completely up to you. I'm just saying what I would do. What I would do is crown new champions vacantly. So, I just think it's much better that way. And I don't know, I just prefer that method so much. I think Ricochet's about to win here. So yeah, that's what I personally prefer, is to just use, that. And I think that, I don't know what else I need to really go over here. If you guys have any questions in the comment section, I'd like to answer them. But I know some of you guys asked me about my AEW Universe Mode save file, and I don't know how to give you guys my save file. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can just give you guys my save file. I don't know how that works. I can't just... I don't know how to do that. But yeah, some of you guys asked for that, and the reason I haven't said anything is because I might have maybe tried, but I don't know what I'm doing at all. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward to the ending of this match. Alright, so Aleister Black just defeated Ricochet. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any cutscenes that happened after, because there was a cutscene right at the beginning of the first match. maybe there's going to be a cutscene in the aftermath of the spear. Let's check and see if there is. Nope, there definitely isn't. All I would need to do is hide this and hit exit, and I'm just going to simulate whatever this is, and that is your NXT show. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.